Imposter syndrome is a psychological pattern characterized by persistent self-doubt. Individuals experiencing this syndrome doubt their skills, talents, or accomplishments. They harbor a deep-seated fear of being exposed as a fraud, despite evidence of competence. This syndrome is distinct from low self-esteem or humility. It involves a strong, internalized belief that one's success is undeserved or based on luck. Individuals experiencing imposter syndrome commonly misattribute their achievements. They tend to credit external factors like luck or opportune timing for their success. Another common misattribution is believing they deceived others into thinking they were competent. This contrasts with acknowledging their own skills, intelligence, or hard work. This pattern fosters a persistent fear of being exposed as a fraud or incompetent. Imposter syndrome stems from a discrepancy between internal self-perception and external perception. The internal self-view is often characterized by critical self-assessment and heightened awareness of imperfections. Conversely, the external view is grounded in accomplishments and successes recognized by others. This divergence creates cognitive dissonance, fueling feelings of inadequacy and fraudulence. Perfectionism is a notable trigger for imposter syndrome. Individuals often equate success with flawless execution. Anything short of perfect is perceived as failure. This perception reinforces feelings of inadequacy. These feelings contribute to the sense of being a fraud. Upbringing can significantly influence the development of imposter syndrome. Children praised mainly for achievements may develop a performance-oriented mindset. This can lead to a constant pressure to perform perfectly to gain approval. The pressure to achieve may foster a fear of failure, a core component of imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome can be triggered by feelings of not belonging. Being the first in a family to achieve success can induce these feelings. Minority status in a professional setting can also contribute. New environments often cause individuals to doubt their place, triggering imposter syndrome. The comparison culture, often intensified by social media, can significantly contribute to imposter syndrome. Social media often presents curated highlights of others' achievements. This curated content can lead individuals to underestimate their own progress and abilities. Underestimating personal achievements fosters feelings of inadequacy. These feelings of inadequacy are a core component of imposter syndrome. The perfectionist type in imposter syndrome is marked by an overwhelming need for flawlessness. Individuals with this tendency believe that anything short of perfection constitutes failure. They establish standards that are often unattainably high, setting themselves up for disappointment. A strong sense of self-criticism exacerbates their feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. This cycle of high expectations and harsh self-evaluation perpetuates the imposter syndrome experience. The superhero type is characterized by a need to prove one's worth through overachievement. Individuals embodying this type consistently push themselves harder than their peers. They tend to take on an excessive amount of responsibilities, often exceeding their capacity. Despite their efforts, they frequently grapple with feelings of inadequacy. This relentless pursuit of validation often leads to burnout. The cycle of overwork and perceived underachievement perpetuates the superhero type's behavior. The natural genius personality type believes they should effortlessly acquire new skills. They expect to master new abilities without significant effort or struggle. Challenges in learning are perceived as indicators of incompetence. Difficulties reinforce feelings of being inadequate or a fraud. This perception can hinder their willingness to persevere through learning obstacles. The expert type is characterized by a strong need to possess comprehensive knowledge before acting. This personality type is driven by a fear of appearing incompetent due to knowledge gaps. The fear of exposure often leads to procrastination in decision-making and task initiation. Expert types may avoid new opportunities to prevent situations where their knowledge is incomplete. This behavior stems from a deep-seated concern about maintaining a perception of expertise. The soloist personality type actively avoids seeking help from others. This avoidance stems from the belief that needing assistance indicates incompetence. Soloists prioritize independent work, even when collaboration would be more effective. This behavior is driven by a desire to maintain an illusion of self-sufficiency. Imposter syndrome causes individuals to minimize their accomplishments. Achievements are often credited to external factors like luck or timing. This attribution avoids acknowledging personal skills and efforts. Downplaying success reinforces feelings of being undeserving. Imposter syndrome causes individuals to fear being exposed as incompetent. This fear often leads to the avoidance of new opportunities. Opportunity avoidance is a self-sabotaging behavior driven by fear of failure. This behavior limits potential for personal and professional growth. A key strategy to address imposter syndrome involves actively gathering evidence. This evidence should consist of documented achievements and positive feedback. It also includes tracking and noting personal progress over time. Collecting these facts helps to challenge and weaken negative self-perceptions. Reinforcing a realistic self-assessment is crucial for overcoming imposter syndrome. Overcoming imposter syndrome requires taking action even when experiencing fear. Self-doubt should not prevent one from pursuing goals and opportunities. Confidence is developed through practical experience and confronting challenges. Waiting for fear to disappear is not an effective strategy for building confidence. Embracing imperfection is a crucial step in developing self-assurance. Learning from mistakes is essential for personal and professional growth.